How's it going? In today's video, we're going to talk about some of the items I sold yesterday. We're also going to talk about a major slip up that I've made for the second time. I want to warn you guys about this. Thirdly, you guys are about to see some hijinks I played on Randy and my friend Devin as they were coming into the office. While I pick items, you guys enjoy this. Oh, my bad. Yeah, if you don't mind, I'm on the computer.
What in the world happened?
Baby Seth and I were wrestling, and he went off the couch and like stomped my neck with both feet. So Devin's here. Can you grab that for him?
Hey, Devin.
Hey, what's up?
What happened to your neck?
Don't be alarmed.
You
I
okay?
was I was playing with Seth, and he was on the couch, and we were wrestling, and he kind of jumped and just landed right on my throat.
Oh, no. I'm so sorry. So did you have to go to like the hospital or
One
the
of those
doctor?
ER clinics. Yeah, but they gave me this, so it's nice. And it's just. All right, first things first, we're gonna crack open a little monster. I just restocked, and I was actually giving some of these away to the maintenance guys just because I had so many of them. Walmart finally went back down on the price of monsters, so go check them out. All right, major mistake that I made. If you guys didn't know, when you're a reseller, I think you might have to have an EIN for this, but you can actually submit a request to get a sales tax permit. Basically, sales tax permit means whenever you go buy these goods to resell for your business, you don't have to pay the taxes at the thrift store, but you do have to report all those taxes at the end of each quarter. Not taxes, but the sales for the state that you're not paying the taxes in because eBay is remitting those taxes. So basically, you have to go to the comptroller website for your state. I don't know exactly how every state does it. Texas, you just kind of follow a good YouTube video out there and figure out how to do it. I think it's free. It takes like a few weeks to get, but once you get it, you don't have to pay tax at the thrift stores, but you do have to report every single quarter. Now, I think it was fourth quarter last year, I was late filing and I had a $50 fee, and then it happened again. And I looked through my phone, I actually had a note to do the sales tax permit. Now, their website was down a little bit, so I don't know, but it's definitely way late, so I should have done it. And that is a problem. So I ended up having to pay like 53 bucks. It was $50 late fee plus like the transaction for the late fee. And that's happened twice. So I'm down like $106 because of the two late fees in the last 6 months. Basically, I need to put something on my computer, an alert to tell me, hey, go to the website, file. You go to eBay payments reports, and you can actually see your sales reports, custom range, and you can find all the states that you sold to. You filter, sort ascending, and then go to Texas and then submit all that data to the website. And then once you do that, you're fine. Like they just want to see that, hey, you're buying this tax, free basically, but you are selling in Texas where the taxes are being taken out by eBay and remitted. So that is the major problem that we had. And I'm going to tell you this. When I was going through my workflow this morning, like my emails, my social media stuff, my, all the stuff that I got to do in the morning, I don't know what happened, but I think I just went to the website because I knew it was coming up for the second quarter because it's going to be January through March and then April, May, June through June. So I'm about to have to file again for second quarter. And then I saw that I didn't file for first quarter. So I probably made some mistake. Maybe I didn't like submit it or maybe I just never did it. I really thought I had it all sorted out, but it kind of goes to show when it comes to like expanding the business, you have way more things you have to do. That's why like I pay a CPA, and I guess I could pay them to file that for me, but I would still have to provide the eBay data to the CPA. The more you make them do, the more you pay. So like they would probably charge me, no doubt, 50 bucks just to file that one thing. So I could do it in 5 minutes, but I have to remember to do it or else I have the fee. So it's kind of like a chicken or an egg thing. Like how much do you want to outsource? That's why you see businesses have a secretary. Someone who's making anywhere from, I don't know, 12 to like $18, $20, and they're pretty much running the books for the business. They answer the phones, things like that. Like the kind of thing that you would need, but the business isn't, it's not scaled up like that. So I don't have that luxury. Like I have Randy, as you guys saw me tricking her with the neck brace, and then Devin, she does some product stuff for me. Yeah, I have them for certain things that, I pay them out, but I need to figure out how to remember some of these tasks so I don't get hit, especially when it comes to the IRS. You don't want to underpay your taxes. You don't want to do anything incorrect there because those are the kind of guys that are going to be able to get theirs out of you. So right now, though, we have 18 items. It's $406 in sales. We have dropped down a lot as far as like listing consistency. Uh, we've had a lot of 0 days because, I had the sourcing issue last week. And then thank you guys too. A lot of people actually reached out to me through different email, social media, saying that they could provide items for me. Like they're like, hey, I'm kind of getting out of men's. Like I don't need this. Or hey, I'm already at the store. I do women's. I can pick you up men's. But I actually had somebody come through and said, hey, I will legit source men's clothes for you. I just need $1 to $2 per item. Now, the margins are pretty tough at $1 to $2 because, I mean, everything is just getting tighter with the margins. So it'll be tough, but I think this person's going to come through. It's kind of going to be like my mystery sourcing guy. And I put on my Instagram, like I hinted at this, but I'm going to put a video out of like the first haul that I get from him so you guys can see, like, is this the legit thing? I mean, I remember some resellers in the past would be like, yeah, I got my guy, and they'd be shopping at yard sales and they go meet with them and have like a ton of stuff to buy at a pretty good price. I'm going to have a guy for clothing, so hopefully it works out. I still have to like make the first deal and hopefully not get burned. I don't think that's going to happen. But some people, their margins, the way they see things are a little different. I trust this individual, and it's probably going to work out. So we're going to talk more about that later. Right now, I'm just packing up some of like the cheaper items. Most items I sell are cheaper items, but honestly, as long as you're making some money, I mean, you sell a lot of items, they flow through the store, you make some money. I'm gonna crank it up like Randy just did. I think almost 500 photos yesterday. So I have items to list over the weekend, and that's gonna be good. But then like she's out of stuff to photograph. We have probably 20 items here and then maybe 12 shoes. So she might have enough for like one day of work, possibly. Maybe like, she helps me ship that day and then does the rest of those items. But yeah, that's how it goes sometimes. So I'm gonna have to source maybe in town over the weekend. I think there's 4th of July stuff going on this weekend. I think maybe it's next weekend. No, I think it's next weekend actually. So maybe I'll be able to source on the weekend. Maybe I can finally hit some garage sales. I just got to get up on that Saturday morning. I've been staying up late and then kind of waking up whenever my son wakes up on the weekends. And we have friends coming possibly Sunday. They're gonna come hang out, and I also am gonna sell them a piece of workout equipment that I have because I upgraded, and that'll be good. But basically, what we're packing up, a lot of these are button ups, a lot of these are polos, a lot of them are in the like $18 shipped to $25 shipped range. We have this is a vintage Ralph Lauren flannel. This one went for 18 plus shipping, so that's going to be $27. It's actually right here. So, these are pretty nice. I wish it was like a Faherty or like a better brand, but it's one of the older style Ralph Lauren, so not terrible. Nothing crazy today. I mean, $400 in sales with 18 items sold. That's not going to be like, you're not going to have like $100 sale. So kind of lame there, but that's how it goes sometimes. I do have a bunch of new stuff I'm going to list though, so that's always going to help the sales. The guys out there probably didn't notice, but the women most likely did. I actually have some face scrub and exfoliating and moisturizer that I use. So if you guys, are into buying some skincare stuff, or you just never have, this is a pretty simple one to use. But I will warn you to be careful around your eyes when you're doing this stuff, because the first time I did it, I just put it all over my face, and it was like getting in my eyes and like burning a little bit. So you actually like dab it where you need it. But yeah, it was a cool little product. People send me stuff, and I like to talk about it. They didn't pay for like this little plug, but I do want to kind of incorporate more lifestyle stuff into my YouTube channel, just because, well, I mean, reselling's cool, but it's also nice just to kind of open up and kind of share like other things that go on with my life so you guys can kind of, get a better understanding. And also I can kind of have like a video log diary of my life. I think that's kind of a cool thing to incorporate moving forward for future generations if they want to learn more about what I was like back in this great time of the 2020s. Is it the 2020s? You get the 1920s. I guess it's the 2020s. I've never really said that. We're in the 2020s. It's a great time to be alive. I mean, things are moving fast. Technology is getting even crazier. I feel like there's so many businesses that are kind of starting, and it's just kind of bizarre to think how far we've come and how much money can be made online. Like right now, this is just a Patagonia polo. I usually buy these for like $5 or less, and it's sold for 20, and that's gonna make a little bit of money. So hopefully I can find a lot of stuff like that from my source. I know he's also going to be feeding me like the better Ralph Lauren's, the larger Brooks Brothers, the those mid tier, the really mid tier brands, and I'm hoping to be around the $5 to $6 mark with a lot of those, which is kind of the most I would want to pay. But if he's picking them up for 3, and they're the ones that he knows and I know sell well, then we're going to be able to make some money. We got our handy dandy post office bag, so I like to throw these in here. And actually, this little white table I got from Walmart, I've got this handle on the side, and I've got like this little clip, and the clip actually clips into the hole of the bag and can stay on, almost like a little trash bag. And that makes it really convenient just to throw the items in there. So here's another one. This is a vintage jersey. This is a short sleeve t-shirt. Any camouflage that looks like this is the woodland camouflage, I believe. This is the most desired one. They've gone a little wild with camouflage where it looks too like loud and flashy. You kind of want the stuff that looks like the woods, because that's going to keep people concealed whenever they're out hunting. So this one is sold for $12.61 plus $8.99 shipping. It doesn't seem like a lot, but you can find these for like $1 to $2. You'll find them at pretty much any thrift store that's like relatively cheap. But yeah, it's just a camel, short sleeve. I say camel. It's a camouflage short sleeve t-shirt, and yeah, it sold for $21.50. That's a pretty good sale. So there's certain pockets of profit, I like to call it. This is just like a pink panhandle slim, and this is going to be a pearl snap. This one only sold for, what is that, $17.50? But like I said, if you know what to spend $1 on whenever you're coming across these, most Western wear pearl snaps at $1, even a size medium, it's still going to make you really good money. You just have to understand that you can't pay 5 for that item, but you can pay 1, even 2. I know there's a lot of sellers around here that sometimes get items for like 25 cents, 50 cents, and then I go meet them out in, some ranch or whatever where they're having this kind of random sale, and I buy like 100 pieces for, $200 or $300, and usually they end up making me, like 2x, 3x that amount, just depending. Now here's a Peter Millar. Peter Millar does have like a casual button-down line. Now, they usually only go for like $19 to $22, and those are the cotton ones. Those are not like the performance ones. So if you find the performance ones, you can spend a little more. Just the basic cotton ones, you can't really expect to get more than like $21, $22. But I'm picking them up if I can get them cheap enough, and that's like under $4. So 4 into 19 to 21, 5 into 21, like around those marks. It's not great money, but a lot of times they sell, So I'm going for things that sell. I'm not buying things that don't sell, and that's kind of how I've been running this volume business. And yeah, we're not pushing as many items as I used to, but I've also built up other incomes that are starting to, one of them is starting to challenge eBay, and that is something I'm really excited about. It takes a lot of work to build something up, and then constantly you'll see people say like, well, how can I do it, or what is it, how can I start making like a lot of money? And the problem is people don't understand the amount of hours and thinking and planning and organizing and just like constant focus on the one thing in order to make the money. So for eBay, for example, if your workday consists of, let's just say you're part-time, right? And this is a we'll call it like a weekday. So you work your 9 to 5, and you wake up, you do your breakfast, maybe you work out, you go to work, you come back home, and then maybe you get on YouTube, and you watch a video, or maybe you go straight to the thrift store. You thrift a little bit, you come home, you possibly ship your items or whatever. Maybe you did that the night before or that morning. And then you watch a video, you maybe list your 2 or 3 items that you found at the thrift store, and then you put them in storage, and that's kind of your day. For me, I think it would have to be something more along the lines of like, first thing you wake up, you ship your items, which I guess I probably could have mentioned that, but you like focus on, okay, how much did I sell? What did I sell? How long did it take to sell? Kind of figure out like, okay, that was good. Let me go find that, or where did I find that? And then when you go to work, like while I'm at work and on my lunch break, I either, think about eBay or like watch some videos, but then I'm also trying to like plan, okay, I'm going to go to this store right after work, but then when I get home, I'm going to uh, look up items that sell in this brand, like this category or like this brand, try to figure something a little deeper about it. And then, maybe you eat dinner, and then after dinner, you're working another like 2 or 3 hours on the computer. Like while you're listening to YouTube videos, you're also thinking like, what thrift stores have I not been to? Which ones are a little further away that I might try? Maybe I'll plan like a weekend route. And that would be like a normal weekday. So you're working 40 hours. You're still with your wife or your husband, whoever. You're trying to balance everything, but you're spending like 4 hours a day, so you're working like 12 hours kind of focusing on your businesses, because eventually the goal is, right, I want to make enough money to run a business. And then Saturday rolls around. So Saturday rolls around, and when I was doing it, I had garage sales lined up. I had my whole route made from Friday night. If I hadn't already gone Friday evening to try to like poach some of the garage sales before Saturday, that does work. You can call the people and ask them. You just have to be really nice, and you have to pay what they want. You can't like lowball them if you're shopping early. But that's a tactic that works. And then you source garage sales, or maybe you go to the thrift stores until about lunchtime. Then you come home, and then what? Like maybe you go hang out with friends or whatever, or maybe you go straight to work and you work like until like evening time. And then maybe you go out, it's Saturday night, like you might go out or you have dinner with your wife or whatever. And then you come back from dinner and you go right back to work. So like this is the type of stuff that people don't really see. Here's a nice pair of board shorts. This is RVCA. These sold for $13.71 plus shipping. A lot of people ask me which board shorts to buy. All of like the athletic, extreme, skateboard type gear stuff. If the pattern's good, Hurley, Billabong, RVCA. If the pattern's good, I'm paying like less than $4 typically for something like that. But yeah, $13.71 plus $8.99. Like that's definitely good for a pair of board shorts. Under 8 ounces on the shipping label too. But yeah, people wonder, how do you make these businesses work? It's like I'm pretty young, so like I'm using this energy and this part of my life to work 10 and 12 hours to build businesses that eventually will be able to carry me into my later years, and then I can just have other people really run them for me, because I'm already such a high level of like understanding of what needs to happen to make the money. So yeah, you do that for a year or 2 years, and then you've worked so many hours that you can find a way out. And I think a lot of people, they maybe they start reselling for a month or two, and then they make maybe a few $1,000s, and they're like, dude, I can do this. I can make 5,000 a month, or 10,000 a month if you're super ambitious. And they watch some YouTube videos, and then they ask some people like, hey, come on, man, like I just need to know this or whatever. And they're like, well, how do you do it? Like, how can I get more stuff? And I'm kind of like, dude, it takes some effort to kind of think it through and really understand, like, oh shoot, I might have to source for 30 hours a week in order to make enough items to make $5,000 a month. And that's 30 hours a week sourcing. Like that's crazy. But if that's what it might take in the beginning, until you really figure out how much to what stores to go to, like how much to spend, which items are selling, which items aren't selling. Here's a pair of Roan pants. Now Roan is a pretty good brand. This one sold for $47.49 plus $8.99 shipping. So definitely holding out for most of the money on Roan. Um, they're a tremendous brand. I wish I found Roan more often. Usually the slack section you're gonna find the Roan pants, and yeah, they're pretty obvious. They're really like kind of Lululemon-esque, very high quality, comfortable, pretty easy find if you ask me. But you know they're an expensive pair, so you're not going to always find some Roan pants. This one here, this is Marine Layer. Marine Layer is, I don't know, pretty basic tag, kind of small label. This was like a maroon looking shirt, and I think it sold for 18, 16 plus shipping. So sold for $28. You know, that's really good for a polo, honestly, because these, I probably spent like $5 on this one. And yeah, good money here, Marine Layer. And it's kind of weird. They have large slash extra large, but it actually fits true to size as like a medium. So I put all that in there. Hopefully it's not returned. A lot of times some shirts will shrink like a size down, but it's weird that they had the double size in the tag though. It's just their style, I guess. Man, I'm loving the monsters, dude. I'm so glad they went back down in price. All right, last item. Pretty good one here. This is True Religion. This is a pair of shorts. It looks like a pair of jean shorts. I put chino shorts. They're gray, sold for $29.99 plus $8.99 shipping. Now, going through the items, those last three were like better sellers. Maybe if you're starting out, those are the only three that you pick up at the store, right? And that can work. You know, you just pick up the three best items, but all those other items that I sold, those little bits of money that I made, you know, that made today more of like a decent, not, it's a decent income. It's not like a tremendous amount, but those little items, the little sales, like it makes up, you know, it makes up for not finding enough of those $40, you know, $39 sales. So I wish every store had items, you know, cheap that were nice, but honestly, stores are holding that back for themselves. They're selling it online too. You've got people paying, you know, $30 a month. You got people in courses selling all the information to make this easier. So then you're not only competing with those people, but you're also competing with the thrift stores. So it's tough. If you're part-time trying to do this and you're wondering why there's no items, it's because when the new racks come, all the good items get taken off. That's just how it goes. Try to be there. Try to figure out when they're restocking. Hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Hope it wasn't too boring for anybody out there. If you liked it, go ahead, like and subscribe. I haven't really said that lately because, I don't know. I figure you guys do the right thing anyway. So I'll see you in the next one. Bye.